Hello, this is Tony Montez Dodd from store number 239 in the Sugarland Market based out of Houston, Texas. So, we've been doing a lot of feedback in our stores with customers about the Galaxy S5. So, a lot of the feedback has been positive, and I wanted to take this up a notch and do it outside of our stores. So, I'm here on campus at the University of Houston downtown, and I found one of the students. His name is Aaron, and he's one of the first people that I've seen in our school with the Samsung Galaxy S5. So this is our Q&A, and I've gotten some of the questions from six, because I asked for five, but I'm such a nice guy. I got 6 questions that came from some of our Samsung reps nationwide. And we're going to get right on to it, and let's actually welcome Aaron to our first ever feedback outside of our stores. So how's it going, Aaron?
Pretty good. How about you?
Pretty good. So let's get started. First and foremost, I have about 6 questions that are going to come from our Samsung reps, and then we're going to, kind of transition over it from, our you and I, our personal one-on-one.
Okay.
So let's get started. As you guys see, I have the Galaxy Note 10.1 2014 edition to have these questions. Now, here's the first question. The first question is coming from my man Joshua Florian. He's from Lansing, Michigan. And his question is, what drew you to the Galaxy S5, and what phone did you come from?
The S5 really had a few features that really blew me out of the water. The 16 megapixel camera, and my idea, is one of the best. I come from a very automotive background, so we have a saying, there's no replacement for displacement, and Samsung went with that same philosophy. The battery is a lot better than my S3. After 2 years, it started to take its toll, and this thing is just phenomenal. After a whole day's hard use, I don't even have to charge it. So it is a phenomenal phone. It's very lightweight. It has a huge powerhouse engine, camera. I have no complaints on this thing whatsoever.
Perfect. So, Josh, I hope Aaron answered your question. So we're going to go on to the second question. Now, this question comes from our SEC David Taylor, who's based out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Now, his question was, what other devices are you currently using, and how do you intend to roll the S5 into your current tech ecosystem?
Well, as of right now, I have the Galaxy Tab Pro 10.1. It's a great tablet. It helps me work with mobile, especially when I'm out on the field. Along with this, I also have Lenovo Yoga, the first generation, which I'm considering switching it up to one of the Samsung ATIF computers, especially considering that they are much better in the battery life. And really, that's what I need. I need a very mobile system, and the S5 fits in perfectly with its is it 2800?
Yes, 2800 milliamp battery.
Milliamp battery, and it definitely delivers every day. So after a good 5-6 days of using it, I can't say that it's going to be slowing down on me anytime.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because I noticed Aaron has the Tab Pro and the S5, the 2 devices that we launched this year. So I'm liking this guy already. So let's go on to the next question. All right, so the next question comes from Connor Cameron. He's a SEC or SSR based out of Valdosta, Georgia. He says, has it came into contact with water yet? And how responsive is the fingerprint scanner?
I actually showered with it last Saturday because I was on the phone and I forgot. It was an embarrassing moment, but I did take it into the shower, and it didn't even bug me at all. I realized it after a few minutes, and you know what? It worked. I haven't really tried the fingerprint scanner. For me, I feel that it won't be as fast as just sliding it open. I don't worry about security so much on my device because I always keep it close at hand. So that's not a feature that I think I'll be using in the near future.
Perfect. So even though he said he used it in the shower, for all you SCCs or SSRs out there, please don't recommend the customers into taking a shower with their phones because we are not going to be held responsible for that. So we're going to go on to the next question. The next question comes from Andrew Brown. He's our SSR based out of Hagerstown, Maryland. He says, have you had trouble finding an operating feature?
What exactly are the operating features?
So we have features such as the MIMO, which allows you to boost your data with
yeah.
the Wi-Fi and the carrier's network. We have features such as, of course, we're going to get onto that question a little bit later. That was regarding the camera. But we have also features that are the ultra power saving mode and
I have not. I've actually tried the ultra power saving mode. I actually left out of town Saturday, and I left my charger. I did turn on the ultra power saving mode, and my battery lasted from 24%. I turned it on, and it lasted me a whole nother 26 hours after that.
Wow, 26 hours. That beats our training when they said an additional up to 24 hours. Now there is a little conflict when some people say 2.5 days and etc. But I think it's based upon your usage of the device. So he's gotten an additional 26 hours, which is phenomenal, especially for this device with its battery limits compared to, for example, the Note 3, which carries a 3100 milliamp battery. So I do like the fact that the S5 coming from an actual consumer outside of our stores, we're getting more hands-on. He's been utilizing the features a lot more. So I'm loving this in-depth that we're doing with the Galaxy S5 here. So we're going to move on to our next question. And this is coming from John Garcia. He is out of Tucson, Arizona. Hopefully I said Tucson right. His question is it the most feature-rich phone you've ever owned?
Definitely by a long shot. I thought my S3 was the best thing since sliced bread back in 2012, and this blows it out the water. It had the camera, huge, the fingerprint scanner, the heartbeat monitor, the waterproof and dustproof. Samsung, take note. You need to do this with every single one of your devices. I love it.
All right. So he said something that definitely I didn't teach him, and it's the IP67 certification. He said water and dust proof, but remember, water and dust resistant. Yes. All right. So we're going to move on to our last question before I get hands-on with you myself. This is from Juan Regalado. He's out of Sterling, Virginia. Now he says, what are your thoughts on the camera and what is your favorite feature about it?
I believe it was Sunday while I was out on the road. I took a picture while driving, and normally whenever you take a picture, you can't really zoom in because the picture quality is lost altogether. Well, I had it zoomed into the limit, which was 4x, I believe, and then I took a picture, and I was still able to zoom in furthermore when I had the actual picture, and I was able to read the license plate out of a car that I didn't really know what it was. I looked up what kind of car it was later, but the fact that I was able to do that, I have never been able to do with any smartphone camera or tablet or any other device except for a dedicated camera.
That's pretty cool. Now, I definitely don't recommend you zooming in on other people's license plates because that can go into the borderline of stalking. But hey, he loves his camera and I think it's absolutely amazing. I want to thank all of you guys for giving me those questions to ask to Aaron, and now we're going to kind of go on a little bit of one-on-one for me to try to get a more in-depth about the Galaxy S5. Now, we've gotten the questions about how, the pros of the Galaxy S5 is. what is it that you don't like about the S5, and what do you think that Samsung can do better with it?
Um, the waterproof and dustproof. The one thing I love about it is you can get it wet and you don't have to worry and freak out. It's like, oh my god, oh my god. But the cover, it's a bit of a pain to remove. I feel that if they had something more that a little bit longer extension, especially when you have it with a case, I feel this is going to break off after extended use. It feels very durable, but I mean I'm not as confident as I would be if I was just plugging it in. It kind of takes a little bit of wiggling in to get it in nice and tight. Because I was used to a smaller phone, I kind of have a little bit of difficulty stretching my thumb across for one-handed use. Two-handed use, it's perfect. Trying to think. The IR remote, it works great, as with all the other Samsung devices I've used in the past. I don't know. I mean, just a little bit larger than I was used to, and the dust covers kind of throws me off, especially at night when you're trying to find the charger in the dark.
Yeah, that I'm used to not having cover on mine because I still have the Note 3 and I just plug it in. And now, did you know about the wireless charging capabilities that the Galaxy S5 has?
I did not know the S5 had it. I will more than likely be looking later into that for the sheer convenience of being able to just put it on the pad at night. I did hear about it on the S4, and I kind of saw that you had to buy a separate back face for that.
And it makes it a little bit thicker, but the benefits of having that is you have a wireless charging pad, you place it on top of the wireless charging pad, and you don't have to worry about opening up that slot and plugging in your device, because eventually the more and more you plug it in and open it up, it wears and tears away, where you can extend that life on it. So that is a good thing about the wireless charging that comes with the S5. And remember, you said water and dust proof. I want you to get into that resistance.
Okay.
But have you ever, you already know that, there's a lot of reps that are out of the Best Buys.
Mhm.
Now, this is what a great benefit that comes to you. Because you have a Samsung product, especially the Tab Pro and the Galaxy S5, you're able to get free trainings on these. We offer free consumer trainings 3 times out the week, on Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. They start at 1 o'clock and they generally last about 45 minutes. Depending on how you grasp the concept and if you want a little extra time, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of reps that will extend that time for you. We usually have group trainings, so if you know a lot of people with Samsung products, have them go out to your local Best Buy to get some trainings done, because it's very beneficial and it keeps you as a consumer more confident about the product. I definitely love doing consumer trainings. I'm one of the best, but knowing that a lot of the students that come here, they live pretty far away from where I'm located out of. I'm pretty far by the West Oaks State Highway 6 area, where we have Best Buys all over the place for you to do your consumer trainings. Not only that, we like to also mention, you heard of this app called Milk Music.
Milk Music.
Milk Music it's absolutely free, and it's for Samsung owners, period. You won't find it on Apple, you won't find it on any separate Android device. What Milk Music does is it's basically a substitution of Pandora. It gives you over 200 radio stations that you can choose from. You can pick from explicit content to not having the explicit content. There's absolutely no signing up for it. You just download it and you start customizing the dial, and you just get right. All right, we just had a bit of technical difficulties that we just got cut off with, but I was pretty much going over with Aaron here on the perks and the benefits that he has with being a part of the Samsung family. Now, it's been a pleasure having this interview with you because you have definitely helped out our team here in the United States, and more likely the team over in Korea will be looking at this, and they'll be able to get more insight on what's really going on with our Samsung products over here in the US and how we as Samsung representatives represent our product brand. Because you are a current and a new owner of Samsung products, we definitely welcome you with a warm heart, and we're definitely going to give you more and more trainings on it. Now, one off, I will get with you to tell you more and more of the benefits that you get for being a Samsung customer, consumer, family, all in one. You know, we're gonna make sure that you are in the best hands. If it's not with me, then there's also other reps out here throughout the Houston and Sugar Land market that will definitely lend their hand and their hearts out to you. So once again, Aaron, I do thank you so much for doing this interview with me, and we are definitely done, and I know I would love to do a lot of interviews like this. I know it was a more one-on-one extensive interview. We had a minor technical difficulties, but hey, I got what I needed to get done. And this is in the University of Houston downtown. So once again, all my fellow SECs, well, SSRs, I'm still getting used to the name change. I want you to take this interview with as much pride, stride, as much knowledge as possible, and just share it amongst your other colleagues so they can see what exactly we're doing. I love Samsung, I love my job, and I'm very passionate on what I do. I take my own time to do things like this because I want to see what everybody thinks about technology and how far ahead we are in technology. So I want to close this out and say thank you for watching this video, and thank you to my fellow questionnaires who sent me those wonderful questions to ask Aaron. And remember, you are the reason.